There are serious health concerns for the legendary country singer Dolly Parton.
For more than 6 decades, Dolly Parton has been the golden voice of country music, a living legend whose songs brought comfort, joy, and hope to millions. From her humble beginnings in the Smoky Mountains to dazzling lights of Nashville, Dolly's journey has always been about heart. But now, at 78, the world's most beloved country queen is facing a heartbreaking chapter that no one saw coming. Recent reports reveal that Dolly has been quietly battling a serious illness, one that has forced her to cancel appearances, step back from performing, and reflect deeply on her life. Insiders close to her say she's been spending more time at her Tennessee home, surrounded by loved ones and revisiting old memories, a sign that she may finally be preparing to say goodbye. In a rare emotional interview, Dolly spoke softly about letting go with grace and being thankful for the time she's had. Those words hit fans like a thunderclap. The idea of a world without Dolly's laughter, her music, or her sparkle feels unthinkable. As tributes pour in from around the globe, one thing is certain: no diagnosis can erase her legacy. Dolly Parton's voice, her kindness, and her spirit will live on forever. But behind those warm smiles and rhinestones, one truth remains: even the brightest stars must one day fade, and Dolly's farewell might be closer than anyone is ready to admit. Dolly Parton's story begins far from the glitter and glamour that would one day define her name. She was born in 1946 in a tiny one-room cabin nestled deep in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. The fourth of 12 children, Dolly grew up in poverty, but her heart was rich with dreams. Her father, Robert Lee Parton, was a hard-working farmer who could barely read or write, while her mother, Avie Lee, filled their home with faith, laughter, and music. It was that music that became Dolly's escape, the one thing that made her believe life could be bigger than the mountains that surrounded her. She wrote her first song before she was even a teenager, using a homemade guitar her uncle gave her. Every lyric she wrote came from real life: heartbreak, hope, and survival. By the time she was 13, she was performing on local radio and television, catching the attention of anyone who heard that unforgettable voice. The people of Sevierville didn't just see a young girl with a dream. They saw a star waiting to shine. When she graduated high school, Dolly wasted no time. She packed her few belongings and headed to Nashville with nothing but a dream and an unshakable belief that she was meant for more. It wasn't long before her unique mix of vulnerability and strength set her apart from every other aspiring singer in the city. Her breakthrough came when she joined the Porter Wagoner Show in 1967, a partnership that changed everything. Her songwriting talent and soulful voice turned heads, and soon the whole country knew her name. Songs like Jolene, Coat of Many Colors, and I Will Always Love You didn't just climb the charts. They told stories that millions could feel in their bones. Each song was a piece of her life, written with a kind of honesty that only Dolly could deliver. But even as the fame grew, Dolly never forgot who she was or where she came from. She often said, "You can take the girl out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the girl." Through the 1970s and 80s, Dolly became a force of nature, dominating music, movies, and even business. She broke barriers, built her own empire, and became a symbol of empowerment for women everywhere. Her charm, wit, and kindness made her one of the most beloved entertainers in the world. Yet behind the smiles and laughter, there was always a quiet resilience, a strength that came from surviving hardship. Those close to Dolly knew she carried the pain of her past with grace. The loss of close family members, the pressures of fame, and constant touring all took a toll, but she rarely showed it. Instead, she channeled her struggles into her art, proving again and again that music was her medicine. Now, decades later, as she faces a diagnosis that has slowed her down, Dolly's fans can't help but look back on that extraordinary journey with both pride and sorrow. The same woman who once sang about the beauty of life in simple things is now teaching everyone what true grace looks like in the face of uncertainty. Her story, from a barefoot girl in the Smokies to a living legend adored across the globe, remains one of the greatest in American history. And even as she quietly steps away from the spotlight, Her legacy continues to shine brighter than ever. Dolly Parton's music isn't just a soundtrack of generations. It's a reminder that no matter where you come from, no dream is too big, and no goodbye can ever erase a spirit as pure as hers. As Dolly's fame soared in the late 1970s and 1980s, she became far more than a country singer. She was a cultural icon. Her dazzling outfits, unmistakable voice, and larger-than-life personality made her a household name. From her crossover pop hits like 9 to 5 to her acting debut in the film of the same name, Dolly proved she could conquer any world she entered. She had the rare ability to make everyone feel like they knew her, the kind of warmth that reached beyond the television screen and straight into people's hearts. But as the cameras captured her every smile, few saw the sacrifices behind them. The relentless schedule, sleepless nights, and constant touring began to wear her down. Dolly often joked about never slowing down, but those close to her knew that her body was paying the price. There were whispers of exhaustion, fainting spells, and the toll of pushing herself too hard for too long. Yet in true Dolly fashion, she never complained. She kept going, hiding her pain behind a wall of humor and glitter. In recent years, her health has quietly declined. Reports surfaced about recurring back problems, unexplained fatigue, and an illness that doctors urged her to take seriously. For someone as active and driven as Dolly, slowing down wasn't easy. But when she began canceling appearances, something she rarely did, fans knew something wasn't right. Those close to her revealed that Dolly had been advised to rest and undergo treatment for a condition that had worsened over time. She tried to keep it private, not wanting to worry anyone. But her absence from public life spoke volumes. Friends and family have described her as reflective lately, spending long evenings in her Tennessee home, surrounded by photographs and letters from fans. She's been revisiting old memories, the early days on stage, the people she's met, the songs that changed her life. It's as if she's preparing her heart for a long, peaceful goodbye. But even in this difficult chapter, Dolly's strength shines through. In a recent interview, she said something that broke hearts worldwide. "I've lived a good life, a full life. When my time comes, I'll be at peace knowing I gave it all I had." Those words, simple yet profound, carried the weight of someone who has made peace with her legacy. And that legacy is nothing short of extraordinary. Beyond the music, Dolly's humanitarian work has touched millions. Her imagination library, which has donated over 200 million books to children around the world, remains one of her proudest achievements. She once said she wanted to be remembered not just for her songs, but for making people's lives a little brighter. From funding COVID-19 vaccine research to supporting countless charities, she's proven that her heart is as big as her talent. Still, the thought of her slowing down feels unreal. To many, Dolly represents more than entertainment. She's comfort, hope, and nostalgia all wrapped into one. Her laughter, her kindness, her unshakable faith. These are the things people cling to now as rumors of her health continue to circulate. But true to form, Dolly refuses to let illness define her story. She's told friends that she wants her farewell to be filled with joy, not sorrow. She continues to write, record, and spend her time doing what she loves, even if the world may not see it as often. For decades, Dolly Parton gave the world everything she had, her heart, her soul, and her songs. And now, as she faces her most difficult fight, she's reminding us all what true courage looks like, not in fame or fortune, but in the quiet dignity of accepting life's final chapter with grace. In the eyes of millions, Dolly Parton has always been untouchable, a shining symbol of joy and resilience who seemed immune to pain or time. But even legends have moments of vulnerability. Behind her signature wigs and bright smile, Dolly faced battles that few ever knew about. Over the years, she's endured health scares, emotional struggles, and deep personal loss, all while maintaining her public image as the eternally optimistic country queen. One of her most difficult struggles came during the 1980s, when her relentless workload nearly broke her spirit. The fame, the pressure, and the constant demand to be perfect pushed her to exhaustion. She once admitted that she suffered from depression during that period, describing it as one of the darkest times in her life. She felt trapped between her desire to make everyone happy and the quiet voice inside that was begging her to rest. But even then, Dolly refused to let despair win. She leaned on her faith, her music, and her unshakable belief that purpose could heal even the deepest wounds. Her marriage to Carl Dean, her private and steady husband of nearly 6 decades, has also been a source of comfort and strength. While the world saw Dolly as an unstoppable star, Carl saw her as the same simple girl he fell in love with in Nashville all those years ago. He's been her anchor through every storm, including the health challenges she's recently faced. Friends say he's remained by her side, protecting her privacy and giving her the peace she needs. Now more than ever, Dolly's faith has been another guiding light through the uncertainty. Raised in a Christian home, she's always spoken openly about her relationship with God. In recent months, she said that her faith gives her courage to face what lies ahead. "We don't live forever," she said quietly in a recent interview. "But if we've done good, we'll be remembered forever. And that's what I try to do. Leave a little bit of good behind." Those words resonated deeply with fans, revealing a woman who's not afraid of what comes next, only hopeful that her legacy will bring comfort long after she's gone. In a world obsessed with youth and glamour, Dolly has embraced aging with grace. She laughs at jokes about her looks, often saying, "It takes a lot of money to look this cheap." But beneath the humor lies an acceptance that beauty, fame, and success are fleeting. It's love and kindness that truly endure. Even now, as her health limits her public appearances, she continues to inspire millions with her humility and wisdom. Her friends in the industry have expressed nothing but admiration for her courage. Reba McEntire once said, "Dolly's not just a singer. She's a light. And even when she's hurting, she shines for everyone else." Shania Twain, Garth Brooks, and many others have shared similar sentiments, acknowledging how much Dolly has done for country music and for people in general. In the quiet moments of her life now, Dolly finds peace in the simple things. Watching the sun rise over her Tennessee hills, spending time with her nieces and nephews, and writing songs just for herself. Music has always been her refuge, and even today she continues to write. Though she admits the songs feel different now, softer, more reflective, filled with gratitude and goodbye. As fans brace themselves for what may come, one thing remains clear: Dolly Parton's legacy is untouchable. She's given the world more than music. She's given hope, laughter, and lessons in kindness. Her story is proof that no amount of pain or illness can overshadow a life lived with love and purpose. And though this chapter may be her hardest yet, Dolly faces it the only way she knows how, with grace, courage, and that unforgettable smile that reminds everyone that even in goodbye, there can still be beauty. Today, Dolly Parton's life is quieter, more reflective, yet no less extraordinary. The woman who once captivated the world with her energy, wit, and larger-than-life persona now faces a reality that even her boundless optimism cannot fully escape. Her recent diagnosis has forced her to slow down, to prioritize her health, and to confront the fragility of life in a way she never had to before. But true to form, Dolly has met this challenge with grace, dignity, and a sense of peace that inspires everyone who follows her journey. Even at 78, Dolly continues to pour herself into the things that matter most: her family, her music, and the countless philanthropic projects she's nurtured over the years. Her imagination library, which has provided millions of children with books, continues to grow, a testament to her lifelong commitment to giving back. Friends say she finds solace in knowing that her work will live on long after she's gone, a way to leave the world a little brighter than she found it. Yet there is an undeniable sorrow. Fans notice her fewer public appearances, the rare interviews, and the careful way she now plans each event. Those close to her speak of quiet evenings at home, moments of reflection and conversations filled with gratitude, but tinged with melancholy. She spends hours revisiting her music, her films, and her writings, savoring memories that stretch back decades, knowing these are treasures she can carry with her no matter what comes next. Health challenges have reminded Dolly that even the strongest, most resilient people are not immune to life's hardships. Friends reveal that she has undergone treatment, rest periods, and careful monitoring, adjusting to the limitations that accompany her age and diagnosis. Still, she refuses to let these challenges define her final years. She continues to write, record, and inspire, choosing projects that bring her joy rather than drain her energy. It's a powerful lesson in the balance between perseverance and acceptance. Those who have watched Dolly throughout her life understand that her farewell, though painful, will be marked by dignity and purpose. She has always been a master of turning hardship into art, of finding joy amidst sorrow, and of showing that the human spirit can endure even the most difficult challenges. This latest chapter is no different. While her diagnosis may signal a slowing of her pace, it does not dim the brilliance of her legacy. Dolly's words in recent months reflect her wisdom and courage. She has spoken about life as a journey, about leaving behind love, laughter, and hope. "I want people to remember the joy," she said quietly. "Not the struggles, not the endings, just the joy." And that's precisely what she has done throughout her remarkable life. Creating joy, touching hearts, and leaving a mark that will never fade. As the world watches, fans are reminded of the rare gift that Dolly Parton has been. A voice that heals, a heart that loves, and a spirit that endures. Her diagnosis may have brought an unavoidable farewell, but the lessons of her life remain: resilience, kindness, and the power of generosity. Though she may be stepping back from the spotlight, Dolly's light continues to shine in the music, memories, and hearts of everyone she has touched. In the end, Dolly Parton's story is not only one of talent and fame, but also of courage and grace in the face of life's final, most personal battles. Her legacy is permanent, her influence eternal, and her farewell, though bittersweet, a profound reminder of how extraordinary a life fully lived can truly be.